Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming at you live from the Kent State Ice Arena. My name is Alex Rivera, bringing you this CHE matchup between your Kent State Golden Flashes and the visiting St. Vincent Polar Bearcats. St. Vincent coming into this one with a lead on the season series matchup earlier in the year. 2-1 in favor of the Bearcats at the Palmer Imaging Arena. Back for the Bearcats home opener. And the Flashes here tonight looking to even up the season series against a tough St. Vincent team. A little bit more on St. Vincent. They're currently sitting at fourth in the CHE with 32 points with a record of 11-4. Coming off their weekend at the Miami of Ohio Showcase where they went 0-2 against Grand Valley University and Purdue. And that third game got canceled against Miami, Ohio due to some record-breaking cold temperatures as they were playing an outside arena. They're looking to right the ship here and sweep the Flashes on the season and get it done on the road. And for your Kent State Golden Flashes, sitting right now at the top of the CHE with 37 points, accumulating a record of 12-6-3, coming off a 5-2 late-night win last night at IUP. 5 different Flashes in the scoring column last night, and they're looking to come home and sweep the weekend. Last Saturday here at the Kent State Ice Arena, an exhilarating one, the 4-3 shootout winner for the Flashes, and one of the best games of the year that Kent State's played. For St. Vincent, a player to watch, number 23, Tyler Shigo, recently just hit 100 career points, and he leads the team currently with 23 points in 13 games. Look for him to be a key contributor and be a focal point here tonight for the Polar Bearcats. And for your Kent State Golden Flashes, some players to watch here on the ice tonight. Number 7, Noah Outley was one of those goal scorers in last night's win at IUP. Called his name numerous times last weekend for his terrific effort on both ends of the ice. Look for him to remain a key contributor for the Flashes here tonight. Additionally, for the Flashes, number 8, Sam Zulant, 2 goals last weekend, including he was the only scorer in that shootout against Cal U. Look for him to stay hot in the offensive end tonight and provide some goals here for the Flashes. We're going to take a brief intermission as the teams make their way onto the benches, and when we come back, puck drop will be underway. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Starting lines have made their way onto the ice, and puck drop just moments away here tonight at the Kent State Ice Arena. Good crowd here tonight. Sticks banging against the benches. Both teams fired up for this matchup. Puck is down, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Flashes skate out with possession now, just going to dump it in deep, near side. Good hit there. Flashes bringing the boom here early. Joey Donahue lays his man out in the corner. Puck squeaks out of the St. Vincent zone through the neutral zone. And the Bearcats will pick this one up. St. Vincent, quick shot there. Nice save by Nitre early in this one. He gets his first save of the game, and he'll cover that one up for our first stoppage of the period. Flashes looking to ride the momentum from last night. Puck drop for them last night, not till almost 10:30. Players didn't get back to almost 4 in the morning. With a big win for them last night, they're looking to stay hot. Flashes skate out with possession off that defensive zone draw. Trying to dump it in deep, but the Bearcats pick this one up. Another big hit there. McDermott this time laying the body. Flashes just can't keep it at the blue line. Timmons back to retrieve it. Picked up now by Horton for the Bearcats. He tried to skate it in, but a little offsides he was, so that will blow that play dead. St. Vincent going to go for the line change here. Flashes going to get a few new skaters on the ice as well. Face off in the neutral zone, just outside the Kent State zone now. Puck down, Gillespie wins it at the dot for the Flashes. Amatucci going to dump it in deep at the red line for St. Vincent. Flashes quickly clear that one back to center ice. Finds a stick of Amatucci once again. He's going to just throw a replay on that one. Dump it into the same corner. Retrieved by Outley. Outley tried to pass behind his own net. That pass broken up by a few Bearcats defenders. St. Vincent looking to set up. Bedek just going to send it around the end boards. Looking to connect there with Trice. Trice going to play it to the blue line for Amatucci. Blocked out in front. Good block there. Zulant blocking that one with his skate. Now he's going to take it the other way. 2-on-1 forming for the Flashes. Zulant floats one over to his man. And Simpson shut down as he skated into Amatucci. Amatucci still laying down. Simpson, him making sure each other are all right. Simpson getting up a little gingerly there. Hope everything is all right with him. So he's going to skate off to the bench. Flash is going to get a fresh line here on the ice. First ozone draw for Kent State on the night. Just roughly a minute and 30 seconds into this one. Bazarov at the dot versus Horton. Bazarov wins that one. Flashes battling for possession here at the blue line. Geyer going to pick it up and try to shovel it down the boards. Broken up there by Amatucci. He's going to do just enough to clear the zone for the Bearcats. Puck now rolling around through the neutral zone. Here comes Radia. Radia, his shot attempt broken up out in front, and the Flash is going to try to break out there. Christian Geyer hits the red line, going to send it up ahead. Skating in with this one is Garnett, going to send it around the end boards, looking for Godovich to pick it up, and he does. He tries a shot on goal, and Amatucci just going to cover that one up in his own blue paint. Another ozone draw coming up for the Flashes. Pretty even game so far early in this one. Just creeping up on 2 minutes into this one. Both teams with a few quality chances. Some zone time for each team. Kent State now wins the draw. Puck rolling around off the post. Amatucci diving back, and that puck is in the back of the net, and the Flashes score! Kent State with an early lead here against the Polar Bearcats, and that one coming courtesy of Christian Geyer. Christian Geyer with his first goal of the season, and a celebration in front of the Kent State bench there. Teammates love to see that. Christian Geyer, all effort there on that one. Amatucci made the initial save. That puck rolled on him a little bit, and Geyer just kept battling with the stick there, and he pushed it into the back of the net. And your Flashes are playing from ahead tonight. 2 minutes into this one. Good shift there by the Golden Flashes. Love to see them playing from ahead here tonight. St. Vincent trying to get this puck into the offensive zone, but Nitre out behind his own net to play this puck. Strutt now behind Nitre, looking for an option. Puck goes high off the glass, retrieved by the Bearcats. Quick shot there, wide of the net of Nitre. At the blue line, Costantino, he's going to try a shot. Deflected out in front, and they score off the deflection. And St. Vincent responds just 30 seconds after the Kent State goal. And this one is tied at 1 apiece, 2.5 minutes into this one. That one, Constantino did it himself there, didn't take a deflection out in front. Looked like it bounced off a Kent State skate, so Constantino will take the credit for that goal. The Flashes, 1-goal lead quickly erased by St. Vincent as they respond. Now the Flashes have to go back to work. Let's see if they have a response for the Polar Bearcats. Puck down now in center ice. St. Vincent retrieves it. Amatucci in his own zone, going to try to connect on a breakout pass, but finds the stick of Dylan Timmons. Timmons going to turn, just clear his zone, push it back to center ice. Far boards retrieved by the Flashes. Flashes trying to pick this puck up. Neither team can control possession cleanly. Amatucci near side, going to send it deep into the Kent State zone to the opposite corner. Timmons going to play a pass over for his line mate Outley. Outley looking for a chance to break out of his zone. He's going to do it himself. And as we said pregame, he can do it on the defensive and offensive end. Looking to be a factor here tonight for the Flashes. Puck rolling around the end boards. Timmons going to step up from the blue line to play this one. He just can't keep it in there. St. Vincent bringing the pressure. Now skating out is Trieger. Trieger going to try to take it himself up the right side. Trieger removed from that puck. He's just going to send it in deep. Kent State with plenty of time to retrieve this puck. Simpson tries to make a dazzling move there around the defender. Hops off his stick. Kent State just going to dump it in deep. Vecchio, first man to that puck. Now picked off here by Garnett. Quick shot there. Nice save there by Amatucci. Gillespie near side trying to keep it in along the boards there, but muscled out by the Bearcats and shoveled in deep by Holtzman. Holtzman looking for the Bearcats to retrieve this puck. Nice job by the Flashes on the defensive end to shut that rush down. Flashes trying to connect to Geyer cross ice. Can't control that one. So now Zanola just going to try to send it right back up to Geyer. Geyer going to skate it in the right side of the safe exit zone. Flashes looking to sustain some offensive pressure here. Bazarov going to step up in the play. Bazarov going at it with Bergman. Both teams battling for possession. Puck bounces in front of Amatucci, but St. Vincent with plenty of time to control that one. No real threat there from the Flashes. And St. Vincent will just dump it in deep once again. Flashes in their own zone connecting on this one. Now they look to break out the other way. Bazarov tried to make a move there. He's pickpocketed. St. Vincent right back to the dump and chase. McDermott had it momentarily, but he lost the handle on it. Constantino tries another one from the blue line. Nice save by Nitre through some traffic. Bearcats still threatening. Constantino going to try it again. Another save by Nitre. Flashes can't let those shots keep coming in from the blue line. Played back up top to Constantino for a third time. Flashes all over that one. Never even seen the net of Nitre. And now Kent State will have enough on it to clear the zone. But right back to work. Here comes Belly. Belly going to play a pass over to Motil. Motil with a shot. Nice save there by Nitre. He'll just cover that one up, and we'll get another stoppage here. And after St. Vincent tied this game up, they've had a lot of offensive zone time. Flash has got to get out of their own zone and get going the other way. Can't let St. Vincent have that next goal. Seems like it's going to be a boxing match here tonight, and they have to go blow for blow with the Bearcats. This puck rolling around there in front of Nitre. Nice save by him. Through some traffic once again. Nitre making a couple nice saves here. The crowd of people in front of his net. The threat from St. Vincent still alive. Flash is really trying to get this one out. Finds a stick of Outley. He's going to send it along the end boards, looking for Zanola to pick it up. And Zanola gets it out of the zone. Flashes can catch a breather here, but not for long. St. Vincent to the red line now. They can't control it through the neutral zone. Timmons intercepted that one. Zanola trying to pick it up. Outley will step up behind him, send it in from the red line along the end boards. Amatucci out behind his own net to play this puck. Now going to be picked up by Radia. Radia going to try to shovel a pass up ahead to Mattis. Mattis going to play it back now and dumped in deep by Beddick. Beddick goes opposite corner. Going to be retrieved by the Flashes with plenty of time. Hewitt just going to leave it for Garnett. Garnett tries a head fake. Now he's going to skate out. Garnett going to connect on a pass to Gillespie. Gillespie up ahead to Simpson near side. Simpson shot saved by Amatucci using the body there. Just absorbs that puck. And the Flashes ozone draw coming up. 13:43 left to play in the first period. Good chance here for the Flashes to sustain some pressure as St. Vincent will get a line change behind the play. Gillespie at the dot. So crucial for the Golden Flashes. He's been excellent all year for them. And his opponent at the dot, Tyler Shigo, the key player to watch for the Bearcats. Gillespie wins this battle, wins it back to Garnett. Garnett tries a shot, blocked out in front, picks up his own rebound, blocked out in front by Shigo this time, and out of the zone. Vecchio now try to send it in deep. Garnett all over that one, shutting down that rush. He's still with the puck on his stick, tried to float one out to Gillespie, but kept in at the blue line by the Bearcats. Vecchio dumps it in deep behind the net of Nitre. Puck rolling around the near side end boards. Gillespie will pick it up. He's going to go up the left side, hit the red line, and dump it in deep, looking for Simpson to go to work. Simpson retrieves a tough angle shot there off the side of the post. And Matucci wasn't expect that one, but the post saves him there. Nice effort there, Alessio Simpson putting on the pressure. Now the Flashes will get a line change. St. Vincent going to do the same. Right dot in the Bearcats zone. Ruggles going to be at the dot for Kent State. Manicalos at the dot for the Bearcats. Those two tied up off the draw. Ruggles skating hard for this puck. He's going to win it in the corner. The two Bearcats pester him, and he loses that puck. Nice hit behind the play there by Emmerling, finishing off that check as this puck skates in deep into the Kent State zone. And Van Sickle touch it up for an icing against the Bearcats. This puck coming right back to the offensive zone for the Flashes with 12:56 left to play in the first period. Flashes had a few minutes there where they got caught in their own defensive zone, but now it seems like the tide is turning. Ruggles at the dot once again, same opponent, Manicalos. This time he wins this one. Gonna send it along the end board. It's gonna be retrieved by Trieger. Trieger just chips it out of his own zone. Bearcats dump it in deep. Emmerling first man of this puck for the Flashes. He takes a tumble to the ice there. Bearcats trying to control the puck cleanly. Nice stick work there by the Flashes. Gavin Everling just pushing that puck deep. Hit it just before the red line, so that will go against him for an icing. This puck coming back to the Kent State zone this time. Both teams will get a line change once again, keeping the skaters fresh. Key for both sides. A lot of back and forth in this one. No room for error. All players got to be sharp at all times. Ruggles at the dot versus Radia. This time Ruggles wins it. Nice job by him at the dot so far early in this one. Kent State just going to send it out deep. No icing. Icing waved off there. Amatucci thought it had enough on it. But nonetheless, St. Vincent will have to regroup. They will just send it in deep behind the net of Nitre. Outley back to retrieve this puck. He loses the handle on it. Going to play a pass over for Bazarov. Bazarov going to go cross ice here, connecting with Zulant. Zulant just going to hit the red line, send it right into the blue paint of Amatucci. Geyer still threatening. Flashes pick it up in the offensive zone. Bazarov going to send it down low to Godovic. Godovac's going to play it in deep for Geyer. He's got the goal here for the Flashes, looking to get another one. Nice job by Timmons keeping it at the blue line. But St. Vincent just muscling this puck out of the defensive zone and going the other way. Bearcats rushing up the ice. Motil leading the charge. Centering pass there, nobody home for the Bearcats. That puck squeaks out of the zone, and Trice will have to skate back to the neutral zone and dump it in deep once again. St. Vincent having to retreat. Timmons will have some time to play this puck, and he picks it up, going to play it over to Godovic. Now skating hard for this puck. McDermott just not enough there, and that will go against an icing on the Flashes. Puck will get pulled back to their own zone. Ref's going to draw this up to the right dot in the Kent State zone now. Bazarov at the dot versus Mattis. Mattis wins this one. Quick shot off the draw. Easy save there from Nitre. Just flash in the leather. And we'll do it again in the Kent State zone. A courtesy of that save by Nitre, Flashes will be able to get a fresh line on the ice. And that's the little plays like that that will go unnoticed, but so valuable in a game like this. Kent State wins it off the draw this time. Garnett going to swing it along the end boards, looking for Donahue to get a touch on it. Bazarov, McDermott skating hard for this puck, and he negates the ice in there. Nice job by McDermott. He's going to try to play one over to Fryer, but McDermott loses the handle on that puck. Sees stick check from behind, and St. Vincent pushing the pace the other way. Hewitt going to play a pass over to Garnett. Garnett going to chip it along the boards here. Now Fryer skating out with possession. He's got some speed built up. He's going up the right side against three St. Vincent defenders. Just tries to float it to the opposite corner, but no Flashes home in time for that one. St. Vincent will just have to send it the length of the ice. The Flashes will be back to touch that one up for an icing. Almost at the halfway point in this first period, 10:46 left to play. Ozone draw coming up for the Flashes. Gillespie at the dot for Kent State. And Radia going to be at the dot for the Bearcats, and he wins this one. St. Vincent tries to send it along the end boards to get it out, and they do. Just enough to chip that one out of the zone. Flashes will have to regroup in center ice. Gillespie now going to play it back to Van Sickle in his own zone. Simpson will get a handle on it and just chip it in deep. Belly goes behind his back there trying to clear the zone, and he does. Strutt racing hard to get this puck for an icing, and he wins the race. Nice job by Strutt. Some good hustle there. And another icing call. A lot of icing calls from both sides here early on in this one. Both teams want to clean it up just a little bit and negate some of these offensive zone face-offs. But for the Flashes, this time it works in their favor. So we are now left dot in the St. Vincent zone. Shigo at the dot versus Bazarov. Shigo wins this one. St. Vincent trying to send it up the near side boards. Outley with a shot from the blue line. Deflected out in front. Outley going to retool. Try another one. This one blocked out in front now. Now going the other way is Vecchio. Vecchio loses the handle. Timmons tries to clear. Picked up by the Bearcats. Vecchio tries a centering pass, but to no avail. Nobody home there. Flashes will be able to clear the zone. Constantino going to try to play a pass. Intercepted by Outley. Outley up to McDermott near side. McDermott just going to send it in deep. Flash is skating off for a line change behind this dump in. McDermott still with the pressure, but Constantino with the puck on his stick. Tries to go cross ice. Nice job by the Flashes shutting that one down momentarily. Timmons got a beat on that pass. He's seen it coming all the way. But St. Vincent still with the puck in the offensive zone. Constantino trying to step up from the blue line. Gets this one in deep. They're going to go cross ice to Belly. He's going to try a shot from the point. Deflected wide of the net of Nitre. McDermott trying to muscle this one out of the defensive zone, and he does. Not enough on that one for icing, so the Flashes were able to get a clean line change off. Belly now going to go far side along the boards and out of the zone. Flashes will pick it up in the neutral zone, however. Nice job here by the Flashes. Hewitt finding a beautiful pass to Fryer. Fryer skating in deep. He tries a nice move there. Amatucci shuts the door on him. Fryer regroups this puck. Centering pass there for Simpson. Amatucci with another save there. Looks like ref's going to blow this play dead. Fryer frustrated on that one. Had a good look at it. Amatucci was ready for him, though. Ref blew that play dead. Net looks like it came off the post just momentarily. So we will take a quick stoppage here. 8:50 left to play in the first. Both teams fresh skaters on the ice. And a good look there for Kent State. And with the ozone draw coming up, looking to keep the momentum going. Looking to get that elusive second goal. Off the draw, Zulant tries a backhanded shot. Bounced around in front of Amatucci momentarily. Gillespie dive into the floor there. Picking up that puck, connecting to Simpson. Simpson now down low to Zulant, left dot. Going to play it back to the top of the point for Garnett. He makes a nice move, skates around two defenders. Going to try to play it back to Zulant. Zulant couldn't control it cleanly, so St. Vincent will clear the zone. Flashes with no choice but to send it back deep into their own zone. Hewitt back to retrieve this puck behind the net of Nitre. Hewitt going to try to build up some speed. He makes a nice move there. Here comes Hewitt out of the defensive zone. He loses the handle on it in the neutral zone, and St. Vincent will retrieve it. Off the skate of Trieger. This puck dumped in deep, centering pass there. Quick shot there, off the post, and Nitre will save that one. Off the post and right into the body of Nitre. Good positioning by him to keep that one out of the net. And St. Vincent will get an offensive zone draw and a line change as well. Nitre making a couple crucial saves here for the Flashes. He's been sharp here early. Off the draw, St. Vincent with possession. Strutt tries to tie that puck. He takes a check into the far corner boards. Both teams battling hard for this puck. St. Vincent skates out with possession momentarily. Trice with the puck on his stick. Going to play it back to the top of the point. Looking for the deflection out in front. Goes wide of the net of Nitre. Now near side in the Kent State zone. In the corner, both teams battling for possession as the pile of players just continues to grow. Both teams poking at this puck, and now that puck finally moving along the end boards. Haney going to pick it up and just send it out of the zone, and he finishes that check. And the puck going to go the length of the ice, skating hard for this one. Nice job there by Ruggles to negate that icing call. Ruggles still skating with this puck. Tries a centering pass there, was trying to connect to Zanola. But now Strutt going to try a centering pass right through the blue paint of Amatucci. Nobody able to pick it up for the Flashes. Flashes still in the offensive zone. Godovic going to lay a nice check there. Flashes getting a little physical here. Ramping up the pressure, but St. Vincent will clear the zone this time. Radia going to skate it all the way in. Nice save by Nitre, and Flashes clean up the rebound out of the zone. St. Vincent going to retool and send it right back in deep. Belly going to send it in. Picked up by Outley now. Outley trying to go cross ice, trying to connect with Bazarov there off his skate. The Bearcats dump it in deep once again. Nitre out of his net to slow this puck down for Timmins. Timmins going to try to chip it out of the zone. St. Vincent sturdy at the blue line, going to send it right back where it came from. Now at the top of the point, Belly going to skate in left out, try a shot. Nitre with the initial save, rolls off his glove, and Geyer just shoots that one into his own bench. And that'll blow this play dead with 6:28 left to play in the first period. Flash is able to get a line change on that last whistle here for this defensive zone draw. Fryer at the dot. His opponent is Mattis. Mattis wins this one, wins it back to Constantino. He tries a shot. Nitre finds it through the crowd. Good save by him, using the body to cover that one up. And we'll do it again for round 2 in the Kent State zone. Same 2 at the dot. Puck down. Mattis wins another one. Tough angle shot there. Belly wide of the net there. Nitre never saw it. Flashes catch a break there. But now skating out with possession. Here comes Kent State. Strut with some speed. Garnett going to try to leave one over there for Constantino. And Constantino floats it out of the zone at the red line. Hewitt going to send it in deep along the end boards. Looking for Fryer to win this puck. Fryer battling with Constantino. Fryer takes him down to the ice. Good physical play there by McDermott. Fryer and McDermott really using the body here, trying to win this puck for the Flashes. Both teams skating with some presence here on the ice. Puck still rolling around in the St. Vincent zone, and they finally clear the Flashes with all the possession still. Garnett going to take it himself as the Flashes go for a line change behind him. He tries to dance around a few defenders. He loses the handle on that one. And now Belly in his own zone, going to try to get it out, but broken up there. Nice play by Zulant. Zulant skating in left dot. Centers a pass there, looking for Simpson. Simpson between the legs. Zulant trying to push it in. Had a wide open net. He just can't finish. He tries another one. And a crowd of players in the St. Vincent net save that goal. Van Sickle tried one from the point. Blocked out in front. Simpson still bringing the pressure here. Simpson hit, tied up there with Constantino. Those two going at it. Van Sickle tries to send it in deep, picked up by Gillespie. Gillespie tries a tough angle shot off the glove of Amatucci. Flash is ramping up the pressure in the offensive zone, but finally skated out here by Shigo. Van Sickle takes a tumble to the ice. Shigo right dot, tries to leave one center ice. Quick shot there, wide of the net, and up and out of play. We will get a whistle with 4:50 left to play in the first. Outside of that shift with the goal, that was the best shift for the Flashes in the offensive zone. Tons of chances. Zulant had a good look at it, and just a crowd of St. Vincent defenders covered the net for Amatucci as he was scrambling to find that puck. And a lucky break there for the Bearcats as they have an O-zone draw now coming up. Flashes winning at the dot. Nice job by Bazarov, winning back possession. Timmins with the puck on his stick, connecting with Geyer. Geyer going to take his time here, goes straight up center ice through the neutral zone. Geyer going to cut to the right side of the ice. Geyer takes a tough check into the boards there. He loses the handle on that one. Amatucci right side of his own zone, going to play one up ahead and chipped in by the Bearcats. Behind it, then in the Nitre. Bearcats looking to set up shop. Timmins trying to tie it up in the corner. Amatucci right dot skates in, looking for the deflection out front. Nitre reads it like a book, saves that one. Timmins just going to try to send it high off the glass, out of play, but instead goes into the netting. We'll get another whistle, another defensive zone draw for the Flashes. Looking to break out and resume some of that offensive pressure they just had so much success with just minutes ago. Left dot in the Kent State zone now. Puck won back to St. Vincent momentarily, but the Flashes will pick this puck up through the neutral zone as it squeaks out. Geyer just going to chip it in deep and skate off for the line change. Amatucci with plenty of time behind his own net. Going to skate up the left side, all the way up the left wing into the offensive zone. Amatucci still carrying this puck. He takes a nice check there. Ruggles threw a hip check at him. Puck behind the net of Nitre. Now in the near side corner, Zanola going to chip it up ahead to Ruggles. Ruggles with a huge hit out in open ice. Ruggles like a freight train right now, laying the body. Big collision now in the St. Vincent zone. Zanola tries to dance around the defender, but loses possession to Motil. Motil tied up from behind. Both number 11s going at it, Zanola and Motil. And St. Vincent just going to send it the length of the ice. Hewitt skating hard for this puck, and he will win that race for an icing. Puck coming right back to the St. Vincent zone. Flashes, fresh skaters on the ice. Starting line now out on the ice for the Flashes. Fryer, Donahue, and McDermott. Left dot in the St. Vincent zone. St. Vincent wins this one at the dot. Amatucci takes a good hit there from McDermott, finishing that check. Now Verratti going to try to push it out, and he does. Flashes have to regroup in the neutral zone, just going to send it in deep once again. Amatucci clears the zone this time for the Bearcats. Now trying to push it through the center ice here, but picked off by McDermott. McDermott just going to chip it in deep off the backhand. Bearcats have it near side boards. Vecchio had plenty of time to connect on a cross-ice pass there to Trice. Trice going to skate it into the offensive zone. Quickly shut down there by Donahue on the back check. But that puck doesn't touch any other sticks there, and that's going to go the length of the ice for an icing against the Flashes. Puck will make its way back into their own zone. 2:49 left to play in the first. Time winding down here in this first period. Both teams playing a very sound game. Not allowing for either team to really gain the momentum. Flashes clear their zone off the face-off. No icing call here, so Amatucci will have to come out of his own net to play it. Elects against that choice and just going to leave it for Bergman. Now Vecchio in the neutral zone coughs up that puck to Gillespie. But Gillespie loses the handle on it, and now Shigo in his own zone. Going to play it along the far boards. Going to chip one up ahead to Bergman. Bergman skates in left dot there. Nice job by Outley. Dropping to a knee to block that centering pass. Noah Outley been a steady contributor for the Flashes all season. Been really ramping it up these past couple weekends. St. Vincent going to dump it in deep. Far side corner, picked up by Simpson. Going to chip it over the head of a Bearcats defender. Gillespie shakes off that hit in the neutral zone. But St. Vincent still with possession. Shigo going to give it another run. He tries a shot from the right dot, blocked way out in front. Not even a threat to Nitre. That puck will clear the zone. Offside warning. Makes the Bearcats clear the zone. And the Flashes with some space. Timmons up the right side of the ice. Going to go dump it in. Cross corner. Blocked down front. Geyer tried to pick it up there. But Horton from behind with the touch on that one to break that puck up. And the rest will blow this play dead, and we will get a whistle. 1:41 left to play in the first. Ref's going to draw this face-off up to the left dot in the St. Vincent zone. Sonola skating to the dot. It's going to pass it off to Bazarov. Puck down now. One back to the Bearcats. Constantino going to try to play it up the near side boards. Garnett going to try a shot from the blue line. Took a deflection out in front. Constantino swipes that one away for his netminder. Flash is still threatening here. That puck squeaks out of the zone. Flashes will have to regroup. St. Vincent trying to go the other way, courtesy of Horton. Horton in the corner now waiting for his help to arrive. Horton tries a centering pass there. Still bouncing around. Turning and letting that shot go. Nice stick check there by Zavola on the back check. And that's going to blow this play dead. Up and out of play off the ceiling. Both teams going to skate off for the line change. Just 1:16 left to play in this first period. Left out in the Kent State zone. Tied up off the draw. Flashes pick up possession. Kept in at the blue line by the Bearcats. Just barely tight rope in that puck. The Flashes will pick it up. Going to send it along the end boards. Up and out of the zone. Amatucci will just walk his way to the red line and send it in deep. Behind the net of Nitre. Now this puck still rolling around. St. Vincent trying to get it to the blue line for Amatucci. Amatucci goes cross ice. Quick shot there. Deflected wide of the net of Nitre. Gonna send it back down low behind the net of Nitre. Quick centering pass there. Crafty pass there from the Bearcats. But the rest will blow this play dead. It's now Nitre's net came off the post, and the refs have to adjust this one as well. Under a minute left to play in what has been a great first period so far here at the Kent State Ice Arena. In front of a good crowd here on this Saturday night. Fryer at the dot versus Radia. Fryer wins this one. Flash is able to clear the zone. Puck rolls all the way back to the St. Vincent zone. Back to retrieve this one is Beddick. Beddick going to try to play it up the far side boards. Gets sent right back to where it came from. Flash is going to go right back to work. Emmerling bringing the pressure now. Radia makes a move around him. Now Amatucci up the right side by himself. Amatucci centering pass there. Broken up by a flurry of Flashes. Now they're going to go the other way. Here comes Gavin Emmerling. Emmerling up the left side. Tries a toe drag move. Broken up there by Motil. Under 10 seconds left to play. Flash is trying to get one more shot off. Simpson, quick centering pass for Gillespie, just wide of the net there. Struck going to try to backhand it back to the center of the ice there, but that whistle's going to sound, and after one period, we are tied up here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Coming at you live from the Kent State Ice Arena. And after one period of play, we are still tied at 1 apiece. Teams making their way back to the benches. For this second period, little special guest commentator joining me up here in the broadcasting nest. Number 16 on your Golden Flashes, Caleb Tanzel.
Hello. Hoping for a good, clean second period. No penalties in the first. Hoping for the same. Flashes hopefully get up 1.
Good to have you up here,
Start closing
Caleb.
out this game.
Well, first time in the booth for Caleb. Going to be a good game to get one in here tonight. Flashes to my left, Bearcats to my right. As we get ready to drop this puck for the second period. Puck now down. Flashes skate out with possession to start the second period. Strut up the far side boards, loses the handle on that one, turned over to the Bearcats. Trying to chip this one up ahead is Belly. Battle for the puck right in front of the St. Vincent bench. Donahue going for it, and he takes a tumble to the ice, and he's down in some pain.
Joey Donahue is down.
That will blow the play dead, our first whistle of the period, but obviously all the concern on Donahue as he went down in a hurry. Looks to be in some clear pain here. Back to his feet, good to see him get up. He's going to hop over the boards. Trainers will take a look at him. Hopefully everything all right with Joey Donahue. So now ref's going to draw this puck up in the neutral zone just outside the Kent State zone. The near side dot.
Face-off win to Alessio Simpson. Dumps it deep in the zone, chasing it.
Simpson going to pick it up in the far corner. Trying to play it up along the far side boards. Flashes can't hold it at the blue line, so they will have to regroup. Van Sickle stepping up right side of the ice, going to send it along the end boards. Looking for his team to go back to work. Zulon, nice backhanded pass there. Flashes just can't keep it in. Once again, have to regroup again. Simpson will pick it up at the red line, going to chip it in deep. Constantino, first man, back to this puck for the Bearcats. Going to try to skate it out himself. Now just going to funnel a pass up. Here come the Bearcats up the left side of the ice here. Trieger trying to carry this puck. Still with the puck on his stick. He's going to try to center a pass there. Gillespie breaks that one up with some help from Noah Outley. Strut now. Going to play a soft pass to Simpson, who's going to feed it to Gillespie. Strut takes a tumble behind the play from Strieger. That puck going to go the length of the ice for an icing. What do you think of that couple first few minutes of the second period here, Caleb?
I think the Flashes need to pick it up in that D zone. They're not breaking it out very well. And they had to ice it, which is keeping those guys on, which is not good. They're going to get stuck, going to get outworked. Good things are not going to happen. They need to break it out here quick and get a change.
And you know best, Caleb, what was the vibe like in the locker room before this game? Obviously, dropped those early in the season to these guys. What was the energy like before this one?
Everybody was really excited because St. Vincent has been suffering some injuries, so the guys are really hopeful that they can squeeze this win out. And the coaches are in there hyping them up. Everyone's feeling great. Nothing but good things.
Love to hear it. Flashes playing with some energy. There's a parent in that first period. Is this puck still in the Kent State zone? Flashes just trying to break out. Zulon going to try to pick it up himself. Zulon backhanded pass through the neutral zone, trying to connect on the stick of Simpson. He can't control it cleanly, so St. Vincent will dump it in deep once again. Outley, first man of this puck, going to send it up the far side boards. Intercepted by the Bearcats. Quick shot there, wide of the net. Off the stick of Holtzman there. Bearcats try another shot, deflected out in front. Still bouncing around right in front of Nitre. Flashes scoop it out of harm's way. Strut going to try to shovel one up the far side boards. From this blue line, quick shot there, deflected wide of the net of Nitre. St. Vincent still threatening. Donahue tried to tie it up momentarily. Gillespie going to try his hand at it. And Donahue will be able to clear the zone for the Flashes. Now trying to push it into the offensive zone. Flashes skate off for the line change, courtesy of Donahue's dumping that puck in deep. Flashes skating back for this puck, and Garnett will touch it up for an icing. Flashes going to get an ozone draw coming up here. Ref's going to draw this one up to the right dot in the St. Vincent zone. Flashes get their first real stab of offensive zone time here in this second period. Puck down, one back to the Flashes. Quick shot there, Garnett. Nice save by Amatucci. Thought he controlled it cleanly, but the rebound bounced. Down low, St. Vincent, no problem for them. They scoop it out. Garnett with a good check there to remove St. Vincent from the puck as Godovich just going to send it in at the red line behind the net of Amatucci. Flashes pick it up at the blue line. Garnett going to let one go. Quick shot there. This time Amatucci controls it cleanly. Garnett letting some shots go there from the blue line. Amatucci stops both of them. Another ozone draw coming up for the Flashes. Ruggles at the dot for Kent State. Off the draw, St. Vincent with possession. Kent State battling hard here for this puck. Centering past their buck, bouncing around out in front. Just over the stick of Haney. And that puck will clear the zone. Zanola going to turn and fire it in deep. Amatucci going to slow it down and leave it for his team. Now the Bearcats will break out. Bearcats tried to go cross ice. Garnett just got the handle on that one. Try to connect on a pass to Haney through the neutral zone, but a little too far for him, and that'll go the length of the ice for an icing call. St. Vincent going to get an O-zone draw here. Good pressure here from the Flashes so far, Caleb. What do you think?
I think it's been really good pressure. I think the centering passes have been great. A lot of great opportunities. Same thing with St. Vincent. It's been a really good hockey game so far. A lot of clean play. Makes a spin move. St. Vincent with possession in behind the net. Mike Haney the third, battling in the corner. Peyton Hewitt comes away with the puck to Garnett. Garnett skating up, passes it to Haney, who is battling along the wall in front of the bench.
Both teams
The
trying to
puck gets
pick
deep.
Yeah, absolutely. So now the Flash is going to send it in deep. Strutt, nice check there at the blue line, trying to keep it in. Nice job by him, going to send it the other way. Zulant fresh over the boards, trying to pick this puck up. Zulant loses the handle, but the Flashes help him control that one. Strutt keeping that one in. Simpson, what a snipe! Alessio Simpson scores! Alessio Simpson let that wrister go, and he picked it. Top shelf there for Simpson, and that'll give Kent State the lead, making the score 2-1 with 15:54 left to play here in the second. What a shot, Caleb.
Great shot, great momentum now going into the rest of the second period. It's exactly what the Flashes are looking for. St. Vincent now deep in the zone. Puck race, Cade Van Sickle.
Van
St.
Sickle.
Vincent player down, battle in the corner. Dylan Gudovich walking away with the puck. Max Bazarov misses a poke, just past the guy or center ice, breaking it out. Trying to dipsy doodle around some people, takes it through the middle. Attempted to walk a kid, lose the puck to a St. Vincent player. St. Vincent, puck on the blue line, D to D. Deep in the zone, icing.
Flash is going to get an O-zone draw here coming up. Going to get a fresh line on the ice, going with that starting line once again. Fryer, McDermott. This line been skating pretty hard here tonight. Looking to see if they can get a goal. Fryer going to be the man tasked to the dot. As Donahue hops over the boards and joins them as well. Also wanted to give a quick shout out here in some downtime, as it is skates and ski night here at the Kent State Ice Arena. Have Ski Club in the house. Want to give a huge shout out to them, donating a giveaway jersey, Ski Club jersey here tonight. One lucky fan will go home with that jersey here tonight at the Kent State Ice Arena. So just want to give a quick shout out to Skates and Ski Night. It's now St. Vincent skating in the offensive zone, right dot. Carrying this puck in deep is Horton. Horton loses his stick there, and Donahue will retrieve that puck. Now skating up the right side, McDermott just going to hit the red line and just chip it in deep. Constantino back for the Bearcats, but the Flashes are threatening now. Near side corner, both teams battling for possession. Donahue takes his man down. Now he's taken down to the ice. Those two still going at it behind the play. But now the Bearcats will skate out cleanly with possession. Cross ice now near side. Bearcats pump the brakes at the blue line, going to send it in deep off the stick of Mattis. They're going to go for the line change. So now Garnett going to try to carry it himself, looking for Simpson up ahead in the play. Just a little too far for him. St. Vincent now with possession. Simpson step for step with it, bringing the pressure. St. Vincent tries to go in front of their bench with that pass, but that puck deflected up and into the bench of the Bearcats, and we will get a whistle almost 6 minutes into this second period. 14:06 left to play. Flashes riding the wave here from that last goal, courtesy off the stick of Alessio Simpson, trying to keep the energy high. Face off now at the center dot. One back to the Bearcats as they're up the left side now. And into the Kent State zone, Trieger with the puck on his stick, behind the net of Nitre. Now to the right side, he turns and lets a shot go wide of the net. At the blue line, Amatucci going to keep it in, send it right back to where it came from. But Strutt able to intercept that puck. A turnover there. St. Vincent tried to control it. They keep it in at the blue line. Trice now picking this puck up, going to play it back to Amatucci. He tries a shot, saved by Nitre, kicking that one away. Still kept in by Horton. Nice job by Zulon. Good pressure by him at the blue line to force that puck out of the zone. St. Vincent has to clear. And now Nitre out behind his own net with plenty of time. Going to just leave one for Strutt. Strutt going to connect on a pass to Zulon, who's going to connect on a pass up the ice to Simpson. Simpson going to try another shot. Blocked out in front this time. Flash is going for the line change. Puck deep in the Kent State zone now. Dylan Timmons looking to retrieve this puck, and he does. Going to try to play it up ahead to Bazarov. Intercepted by Trieger. Timmons there bringing the pressure on him. Bazarov now to give Timmons some help. Puck goes up the far side boards. Quick shot there. Block. No threat to Nitre. As Trieger retrieves this one down low. Quick shot there deflected into the back of the net. And St. Vincent ties this one up at 2 apiece. Manokolos there tying this one up. Deflecting that puck just past Nitre there. Just squeaked past him. That's going to make the score 2-2. Flashes will have to go right back to work. And as we said early in the broadcast, this one feels a lot like it's going to be a boxing match all night. Both teams trading punches. And that's St. Vincent's answer to Simpson's goal for the Flashes. Now the Flashes need the next one.
You see that opening line again coming in for the center ice face-off. Let's see how it goes. Fryer wins it to Garnett, deep in the zone. Donahue chasing to that corner where he was just knocked down last shift. Fryer comes forward with the puck. Hewitt deep in the zone. Hewitt passes straight to a St. Vincent player. To race to the puck, St. Vincent player
Nice.
tries to do a little quick shot in the air. Slap shot from top of the circle. Battle down in the corner now. Puck sneaks out of the zone, bounces over a St. Vincent stick. Turnover never mind, not turnover at the red line. St. Vincent going into the blue line. Shot blocked by Garnett. Straight to the slot. Not a good pass there. You do not want to be passing that to the other team straight in the slot with no defenders around. Nitrate, great save. Never should have had to have made it. McDermott now diving into the zone. Get a line change, very needed. Long shift for those kids. We had Bazarov with the hand grab, protecting the puck, keeping it in the zone. Guy with a little spin pass, unfortunately does not catch Strutt's stick. CVS to Geyer, CVS icing.
Now 11:30 left to play here in the second period. CVS with the icing. Going to bring this puck back to the Kent State zone now. Right dot in the Kent State zone. Bazarov at the dot versus Radia. Bazarov wins that one. He's going to connect on a pass up to Godovic. Godovic can hit the red line, just going to float one in the air. Amatucci there to play that one. Elects to leave it for his team, but intercepted here by the Flashes. Quick centering pass there. Backside post. Godovic had it for a second. Couldn't get a shot off cleanly. Flash is going to send it along the end boards. Now going to work the near side boards. St. Vincent able to retrieve it and push it out of the zone. And with clean possession, they're going to send it in deep. Looking for Motiel to win this one. He's going to leave one back for his teammates there, but intercepted by Bazarov. Bazarov cutting up center ice, now in the offensive zone. Left dot, tries a shot, blocked out in front. His twig snapped. And it's going to roll to Amatucci, and he'll just put the cover on that one. Ozone draw coming up for the Flashes, and a fresh line for them. 10:47 left to play in the second period. Looks like the referee's going to draw this one up to the left dot in the St. Vincent zone. Flashes looking to respond. Ruggles wins another one at the dot for Kent State. Flashes can't control it cleanly, however, and St. Vincent is able to break out. Chipping this one in deep. Here come the Bearcats. Both teams battling for possession in the Kent State zone. Puck rolls to the center of the ice there. Outley lost his stick. Kent State just trying to clear so Outley can get his stick back. Nice job by Haney. Physical play from him, able to force that puck out of the zone. No touch there for the Bearcats due to that offside warning. So Timmons with plenty of time. Outley now with his stick once again. Going to play one back to Timmons. Timmons going to look for an option, but elects to skate it in himself. Hits the red line, going to chip it in deep. Timmons all the way up in the play here. Ties this puck up behind the net of Amatucci. Pyle growing behind the net of Amatucci. Both teams battling for possession. Haney's in there with Timmons trying to win this puck. Neither team can get that puck moving. Pyle still going here. Both teams looking for some help, and St. Vincent just collects that puck somehow under one of those skates and one of those players tied up in there. Now they're going to break out of their own zone. Nice job there, Zanola. Fighting hard for that puck and sending it the other way. Letting the Flashes get a few new skaters on the ice. And now St. Vincent goes cross ice. 3-on-1 forming. St. Vincent with a quick shot up front, centering pass there, and they score. Tyler Shigo backdoor. Wide open net for him. Nitre played the front side pass there, and some nice passing there from St. Vincent, and that's going to give them the lead. Score correction, excuse me, that's going to go to Trieger. He's going to get the credit for that goal. That's going to make the score 3-2 in favor of the Bearcats. 9:24 left to play in this second period as we are over halfway through in this one. Now the Flashes really have to go back to work, Caleb.
Yeah, they do. It's been a boxing match all night, like you said, back and forth. They're going to have to work really hard for this next one because at the end of the day, right there, what just happens, they got outworked. They got out-hustled, so they got to pick it back up if they want to get back into this game.
Definitely want to see the Flashes clean up some of the breakout passes there. Looks like they can't connect cleanly, and it lead into some turnovers through the neutral zone, and just can't happen if you're Kent State. Now down one in this one. They got their work cut out for them. Plenty of time left to play in this game. It's now off the opening draw. Zulant just going to send it in deep for the Flashes. Belly out behind his own net there to play that puck. Flashes tried a centering pass, broken up before it ever connected. Now St. Vincent going the other way once again, trying to push this puck in deep, trying to capitalize off the momentum of that last goal.
Another stick goes down.
Number 2 on the night. We're going to keep a stick counter here tonight. That's going to be number 2 on the night. Zulant going to take it himself up the left side. Far side board. Zulant cuts to the center of the ice there. Has that one pickpocketed from behind him by Belly. St. Vincent going to send it cross ice, trying to connect on that pass. Nice defensive work there by Strutt. Good stick there, shutting down that St. Vincent rush. Going to send it opposite side corner. St. Vincent, though, with possession, going to send it high off the glass and out of the zone, right on the stick of Van Sickle. Van Sickle tries to get that puck in deep, takes a weird bounce off the boards and does not get to where he wants. And now Fryer with the puck in his own zone. Fryer takes a check behind the play there. The play went over to Van Sickle, who's just going to try to connect to Donahue. Those two. Some nice passing there. Now Donahue going to connect to Fryer. He's going to go up the left side of the ice here into the offensive zone. Centering pass wide of the net of Amatucci. Stepping up from the blue line. Van Sickle going to send it around the end boards. Picking this puck up is Vecchio. Kept in at the blue line by the Flashes. Nice job by Strutt. Vecchio once again with the puck on his stick. Trying to clear the zone. Flashes still with this puck in the offensive zone. And now St. Vincent just able to muscle it out. Van Sickle going to step up at the red line, going to send it right in deep once again. This time the Flashes will elect for the line change. St. Vincent with a little extra time here to play this puck. Having trouble breaking out of their own zone, and now they do cleanly. They're across the red line and into the offensive zone. Shigo back on the ice. Quick shot there. Nice save by Nitrite, kicking that shoulder up there. And now Vecchio going to try to send it around the end boards, but that goes high off the glass, up and into the netting. That'll blow that play dead. 7:21 left to play in the second period. Caleb, in your opinion, what do the Flashes got to do to kind of get this momentum swinging the other way? It seems to be a little bit of St. Vincent here.
They need to start breaking the puck out faster and better, because the one thing I've noticed is when it's in each other's zone, both teams have a really tough time breaking it out, and all the momentum is obviously built in the offensive zone. So, struggling right now, battle on the blue line. Alessio Simpson gets it out, skates down. Taking it wide. Centering pass just missed. St. Vincent breaking it out. Spin pass to center ice. Blue and tire. Kent State. 3-on-2. Bring it back 4-on. 3-on-4. Noah Outley catching the puck along the wall, coming up. Alessio Simpson playing back on D. Strut going down. Zulant, backhand shot, Jelly, forehand score!
Jackson Gillespie!
Jackson Gillespie off the rebound from Sam Zulant's shot. And they're back in this game.
Gillespie fired up, skating over to the bench. High fives for him, waiting for him. 6:39 left to play here in the second, and this one is all tied up.
Jackson Gillespie's 10th goal of the season just hit double digits.
10 for number 10.
10 for 10.
Now the Flashes. There's their answer, like you said, Caleb. This game very back and forth here tonight. It's now off this opening draw. St. Vincent with possession. Gonna send it in deep, picked up by Garnett. Garnett gonna play one up to McDermott. McDermott gonna try to connect on a pass to Fryer. He's met right in the neutral zone. St. Vincent bringing the pressure. Now they're gonna skate into the offensive zone. Backhanded chance there. Nitre all over that one to cover that one up. And we will get a stoppage. 6:20 left to play in the second. O-zone draw coming up for the Bearcats. Ref's gonna leave this one at the left dot in the Kent State zone. Flash is now looking to take another swing here. Go up a goal. A few new fresh skaters on. Strutt and Van Sickle on to man that defensive line for the Flashes here on this D-zone draw. And the Flashes skate out with possession. Donahue goes for the check there, loses his stick. Fryer going to hit the red line, trying to dump it in deep. But all over that puck, St. Vincent. Plenty of time to skate this one out. Trying to go cross ice, looking to connect with Trice. Going to pick this puck up. Nice save by Nitre. Now Van Sickle with some time. Going to float one up to Donahue. Donahue going to play it up to Fryer. Fryer trying to collect this puck cleanly, just rolling on his stick just a little bit. Now Constantino in his own zone. Going to play a pass over. St. Vincent trying to go for the home run pass, cross ice, intercepted there. Nice job by Van Sickle. Van Sickle going to try to play one to Fryer. Constantino just tried to kick one ahead, but he's kicked it right to Mike Haney. Haney using the body here. He takes his man down. St. Vincent skates out with the puck. Ruggles had it stick on it momentarily. That puck flying in the air here. Neither team can control it cleanly. Now Van Sickle going to have some time to play this puck. The ref's going to blow this play dead.
Whistle out of nowhere. Do you know what happened there?
Did not see. It looks like it was something behind the play. I believe the linesman on the other side of the ice blew that whistle because in the play there seemed to be nothing apparent. Refs having a little discussion in the neutral zone. Both teams going to skate on a fresh line here. Now the ref's going to blow this one into the neutral zone. Looks like they're going to pull this one far side in the neutral zone for this upcoming faceoff. Still a little unsure on what the exact call was there. Puck now down, one back to the Bearcats. Bearcats going to send it in deep around the end boards. Flash is looking to pick it up. Outley going to play one over to Geyer. Geyer going to chip one up ahead. Was trying to connect to Bazarov, but instead connects with Godovich. He plays a nice pass right back to Bazarov. Bazarov skates in, right dot, gets up tight. Quick shot there. Initial save. Saved by Amatucci. Now kept in at the blue line by Timmons. He tries a shot from the point. Another save by Amatucci. Standing up to get that one. Godovich with a nice check into the far boards. He's still skating hard for this puck, but bounces right onto the stick of a St. Vincent player. Now Timmons will collect through the neutral zone and dump it in deep.
Ref barely dodging that one.
Vedek can't clear the zone. Centering pass there. Quick shot there. Just wide of the net of Amatucci. He's still out of his crease. Flashes can't pick it up. Nice check there by Outley in the corner. Timmons keeping it in at the blue line. Now picked up by Zulant. Zulant fighting off a few defenders. Zulant has this puck in the corner now. St. Vincent still can't get a breakout pass. And as you said, Caleb, neither team can really get that breakout cleaned up in this second period. A big hit there as Simpson goes down and he throws the St. Vincent player's stick. Trieger lost his stick. A shot there from the point by Garnett, gloved up by Amatucci. And we will get another whistle. 4:06 left to play in the second. Much better momentum after that last goal by Gillespie before the Flashes in the offensive zone. Just dominating the offensive zone time in these past few minutes. Left dot in the St. Vincent zone. Outley going to be manning the dot for the Flashes. Now it looks like Gavin Fryer will be at the dot. St. Vincent can decide who they're going to send to the dot. Give elected their man. Now Fryer wins that faceoff. Garnett picks it up. Garnett centers a pass there. Amatucci sticks it away. Flash is trying to tuck it in. Bearcats with no choice but to send it the length of the ice. That one will have just enough on it to go for an icing against the Bearcats. This puck will come right back to the offensive zone for the Flashes. The Flashes are threatening here, looking to go up a goal. Really like the pace here from Kent State. Under 4 minutes left to play in the second period. Fryer at the dot once again. Wins another one back to Garnett. He tries a shot. Amatucci saves that one. Bobbled it momentarily, but he had the cover on it. And we'll do it again in the St. Vincent zone. Round 2 on this O-zone draw for the Flashes. A few players jumped early. Ref didn't drop the puck. Now down, one back to the Bearcats, and they're just going to send it out of their own zone. Floating that one through the neutral zone. Hewitt can't connect on it cleanly. Now here comes the pressure from Holtzman. Holtzman tries a centering pass there. Nice stick work there by Fryer on the back check, breaking up that centering pass. Holtzman thought he had a man. Fryer tied up along the boards there. Garnett will give him some assist. He's going to play a pass up to McDermott. McDermott now skating in. Red line, and now dumping it in deep, and he takes a tumble to the ice. He's slow to get up. Good to see him get up, and he's going to skate off to the bench. Stepping up at the blue line, keeping it in. Quentin Garnett doing a nice job here. Nice check there by Gavin Fryer, but the Flashes have to regroup. Sam Zulant tries to do it himself, but he's pickpocketed from behind. The Flashes will have to retreat to their own zone. Now turnover here. St. Vincent dancing in deep. Shigo, backhanded chancer. Now behind the net, tries a centering pass there. Nice job by the Flashes to get back on the back check. Shigo with a nice move there, had a chance. Flashes shut the door on him. Van Sickle just trying to poke one up ahead to Simpson. Can't get it cleanly, so St. Vincent will just dump it in deep. Now on the stick of Motil. Centering pass, a quick shot, and they score. Radia gets that one for the Bearcats, and they respond now, making the score 4-3, 2:40 left to play in the second. Such a back-and-forth game here tonight.
If you're the Flashes there, you cannot leave that guy open in the slot. That's a recipe for disaster. It's happened twice this game already.
Like you said, Caleb, just too open, wide open. Just a defensive breakdown there for the Flashes, and as you alluded to before, when either team can't really get a clean breakout going, leads to dangerous chances like that, and unfortunately for the Flashes, now playing down one once again. Let's see if they have another response in them. But a great one here tonight at the Kent State Ice Arena as this puck off the draw rolls into the blue paint of Amatucci, and he'll just play it safe and cover that one up. So the Flashes will get a late O-zone draw here in this second period.
2:31 to go. No team really is able to run away with a lead. It's been a 1-1 game this whole time. We have a face-off win for the Flashes. Battle in the corner. Bazarov does not walk away with the puck. Goody on the puck. Everybody chasing down this one guy in the zone. Takes it wide. Looks like he's going around the net. Glengotovich breaking it out. 3-on-2 with momentum. It's absolutely laid out. Puck goes in the corner. Down goes Outley. Flasher falling left and right. Get a shot on the net from the wall. Puck loose. And the puck gets fired into the Flash's bench.
Yeah. Looks like the coach made a diving effort to get away from that one. That puck came in hot in the Kent State bench, and he's one of the only ones on there without a helmet and some pads on, so good to see him get out of the way of that one. There's another O-zone draw coming up for the Flashes. Time winded down here in the second period. Gillespie at the dot for the Flashes, wins that draw. Zulant, quick shot off the faceoff. Amatucci was ready for it. And we'll do a rewind here on that last faceoff. Puck waiting to get dropped here. Ref pumping the brakes on this one, making sure everybody's in the right position. Gillespie gets kicked out, and Simpson will now have to take the draw. Tied up at the draw. Simpson forces out to Gillespie. Hewitt going to play it back down low to Gillespie. Gillespie now working in the near side boards in the offensive zone. Pyle forming here as he ties this puck up. Gillespie squeaks it out to Hewitt. Hewitt at the blue line, going to play one over to Garnett. Garnett tries a shot, deflected out front. Amatucci just kicks that one away. Good save by him. Gillespie, far side board, trying to keep it in. St. Vincent forcing this puck out. And now Hewitt in his own zone, regrouping. The pressure here coming from Mattis, but Hewitt skates away from him. Now going the other way are the Flashes. Gillespie just rolls off his stick, and St. Vincent will recover. Mattis going to try to send it in deep, but Hewitt there to recover it once again. Good shift by him. And now Zulon going to pick it up, tries to go up the right side. He takes a hip check right in front of the Kent State bench. Neither team can control it cleanly. Garnett just going to try to send it into some open space here. Now less than a minute left to play here in the second period as this puck goes the length of the ice for an icing call against the Bearcats. Flashes will get yet another O-zone draw. 55.9 left to play in the second period. Flashes would love to tie this one up before going to the second intermission, but more importantly, have to keep it at this 1-goal deficit at the worst. Cannot let St. Vincent get a late one here in the second period. Left dot in the offensive zone for the Flashes. Fryer at the dot, loses this draw. Bearcats just going to send it up and out of play there. Bearcats try to play it high off the glass, but into the netting it goes. It actually looks like it bounced into the penalty box there. So the refs will go retrieve that puck, and we'll do it again in the St. Vincent zone. Bearcats going to elect for a line change. Horton thought about going to the dot, but it's going to be Shigo now versus Fryer. Fryer wins a quick shot there, swept into the blue plane. Amatucci kicks that one away with his stick. Fryer going to try to push this one the other way behind the net of Amatucci. But St. Vincent will recover and send it back into the Kent State zone. 35 seconds left to play in this one. Strutt with some time, going to connect on a pass up to McDermott. McDermott going to try to play one up to Donahue. Just a little too far for Donahue to get a touch on that one. That'll be an icing against the Flashes. A late defensive zone draw here for Kent State. They got to be sharp here. Cannot let St. Vincent scratch across another goal. Right dot in the Kent State zone now. Fryer still man of the dot versus Shigo. Those two going at it again. Shigo pushed it forward, but Strutt was waiting for it. Now the Flashes get a breakout, but can't cleanly connect on that pass through the neutral zone. Just too far for Donahue once again. So we're coming up on 15 seconds left to play in the second period. Strutt going to send it up the end boards. Intercepted by Horton. He sends it down low, but Van Sickle will recover. He takes a look at the clock, notices the time. He takes a check into the boards. And that's going to be a penalty against the Bearcats. And that's going to be our first penalty of the game as Van Sickle got hit hard into the boards, and that's going to be a boarding call against Horton. 3.6 seconds left to play in the second. So that means for these short seconds, Kent State will be on a power play, but more importantly, to start the third, going to get almost a full power play. That's our first penalty call in this game up to this point. Very surprising to see this late into the game the first penalty be called. But for the Flashes, going to get a good crack at a power play here. And just 3.5 seconds left to play. Not much going to happen here. But for that third period, just a huge way to start the third period, especially trailing down a goal.
Looks like he's going for a shot off the draw. That's what I would guess is going to happen. Oh, backing out of the circle. Goalie not ready. Oh, waiting for the penalty to get put on the clock. There it is.
Tied up off the draw. St. Vincent just going to elect to tie it. And that's going to take us to the end of the second period with your score 4-. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to kick off the third period. Score still stands at 4-3. St. Vincent with a 1-goal lead over the Golden Flashes. Flashes got their work cut out for them, and 1 period of play left to do so. Both teams making their way back onto the benches. And for you, Caleb, what's the one key to success that the Flashes need to come back in this one and secure the victory tonight?
Like I've been saying all game, it's that breakout. They got to get that breakout down, and the defense cannot collapse into the corner. They've been leaving that guy open in front of the net. That has been costing them big this game. Be a completely different game. Coach in the locker room talking about the power play, getting them ready. We have Sam Zulant. He's going to be on the left side. You're going to want to watch out for him. He's a big guy.
Yeah, Zulant had those 2 goals last weekend here in that 4-3 shootout winner against Cal U. Look for him to be a threat on this power play. This puck is now down, and we get ready to kick off the third period. Flashes with possession. Now leading the charge is Outley. Outley circles back at the red line, going to play it over to Timmons. Timmons going to send it in deep for the Flashes on this power play. Flashes with a prime opportunity to tie this game up. Now this puck back into the Kent State zone now. St. Vincent trying to apply some pressure, shorthanded. 1.5 minutes left on the power play for Kent State. Flashes skate out with possession. Nice job by Timmons to find that puck. Simpson going to play a pass over to Gillespie. Gillespie going to float in the left side, going to send it along the end boards. Now far side is this puck. Outley going to send it back down low for Simpson. Simpson behind the net, looking for an option. Going to play one over to Zulon at the left dot, who's going to play it to the top of the point for Timmons. One-time shot there from Outley. Fans on that one. Simpson collects it behind the net. Gillespie taking a tumble in front of the net. Simpson going to play it to Outley, plays it right back. Zulon center ice going to try a shot off the stick of Shigo, up and out of play. And that's going to leave the Flashes with 59 seconds of power play time. 19:01 left to play in this one. St. Vincent will be able to get a line change here and get some fresh penalty killers on.
Sam Zulon being left in that slot is a scary sight for them. They were lucky they got that tip high. His shot is incredibly accurate. And here we go.
Now Gillespie wins it back off the draw. Going to play it back to Timmons, who tried to feed Zulon down low, but he just can't get the handle on that one. And St. Vincent will clear the zone. Flashes will have to go the length of the ice and pick this puck up behind their own net. This Nitrate just going to leave it for Timmons, and Timmons will wait for some fresh power play players to make their way onto the ice. Timmons still looking for an option. Pressure being applied here by Motil. And now Timmons going to connect on the breakout pass. Godovich going to go cross ice. And now here come the Flashes in the offensive zone. Right dot, quick shot there by Strutt. Tough angle. Amatucci just holding this post. St. Vincent going to collect and clear the zone once again. 20 seconds left on the power play for the Flashes. One more chance to get a rush up the ice. And this time Garnett will pick it up behind his own net. Going to play a pass over to Godovich. Godovich up the left wing here. Going to try to send it in deep, but takes a deflection into the bench of St. Vincent. And that's going to blow this play dead. 18:11 left to play and just 9 seconds left on that power play.
This power play is slowly coming to an end. Honestly, it's been horrendous. A lot of time wasted just sitting behind the net. And what they really need to do is just make a decision and stick with it. And it's about to be full strength St. Vincent, and it's going to be much harder for the Flashes to score.
I think that's a great point, Caleb, too. The Flashes just got to play confident here. Don't want to fall back on their heels. Everything they do has to be with confidence, even down a goal. Got to keep applying the pressure as much as they can and be confident in their game. Is this puck now? Strutt try to pass there. Quick shot there. What a save by Nitre. Rolled in, and it rolled past him into the back of the net. And St. Vincent will take a 2-goal lead over the Golden Flashes with 17:54 left to play. And as we said, Caleb, that's just a breakdown in the defensive zone and another turnover, and St. Vincent capitalizes.
They just want it more right now, and they got to pick it up after they let that power play go. It's going to be a tough battle back now. First 2-goal lead of the game.
Yeah, both teams have been trading shots up to this point. But as you said, Caleb, first 2-goal lead, and it's going to be the toughest challenge of the night. Is that goal coming off the stick of number 9, Horton, for the Bearcats. And he's going to put them up 2 goals. And now their Flashes going to have to go to work here, and they're going to have to work quickly. 17:45 left in the third. The Flashes off that draw, going to try to get in the offensive zone, and they do. Timmons going to send it alongside. Deep in the zone, turnover here. Zulon takes a tumble to the ice here. But he loses possession of that one. And now going the other way is Vecchio. Vecchio going to play one up ahead to Holtzman. Holtzman going to chip it in deep. Outley takes a tumble back behind the net there. We're going to leave this puck for Gillespie. Nice job by him, giving him some support. And Gillespie going to just float a pass up. Now the Flashes going the other way. Simpson trying to get in deep. Intercepted there by Shigo. Shigo just going to take his time and float it to center ice as the Flashes have to regroup. Far shot there from Strutt. Just kind of dump it in deep. McDermott off to the races here against Amatucci. McDermott trying to win this puck. Donahue there to give some support. Donahue with a nice check. Being physical here. Donahue trying to tie this puck up in the far side corner. Looking for McDermott to fish it out of there. But St. Vincent will squeak possession out. Amatucci trying to break it out of his own zone. Donahue with him step for step. Donahue has a big hit in front of the Kent State bench. He'll pry that puck loose for the Flashes as they regain possession here now. McDermott trying to hit the red line. Just going to leave one there for Strutt. Strutt going to skate in. Try to play one to Fryer. Fryer takes a tumble to the ice. Strutt pumps the brakes there. Left dot. Loses the puck to Trieger. And now Trieger's off to the races up the right side. Fryer getting back on the back check there. And Trieger lays a big hit in the Kent State zone. The Flashes will pick up possession. Breaking out of their own defensive zone. Here comes Hewitt. Hewitt just going to try to send it in deep. But off the body of Verity, turned over to Godovich. Godovich tries to float a backhand shot. But Amatucci there with the easy save. 16:05 left to play in the third. Ozone draw coming up for Kent State.
As I've said before, St. Vincent had to work really hard to get that puck out, and so did Kent. Both teams battling really, really hard here. But the Flash got to battle just a little bit harder, being down 2 goals with time slowly ticking by. The game is slowly coming to an end. Let's go. Bazarov with the face-off here. Hopefully winning it to Garnett. He actually gets kicked out. And we have Dylan Gudovich losing it. Winning it.
Nice job by him. Now Hewitt going to send it in deep into the corner. Gudovich going to pick it up. Going to leave a check there. Going to pick up for Bazarov. Centering past there. Geyer just rolled off his stick. Couldn't get it off cleanly. Geyer at the left dot. Going to try to play it up the near side boards to Garnett. Garnett keeps it in at the blue line. Going to send it in deep once again. Flashes right back to work. St. Vincent trying to slow this puck down. Zanola off the bench. Bringing the pressure. Garnett going to try a shot. Amatucci with a glove save there. Good shot by Garnett. Good look for the Flashes. Really sustaining some offensive pressure here.
Yeah, they got to keep it up here. We have a quick line change for the Flashes. They're going to want to apply as much pressure as possible. Keep these St. Vincent guys tired.
Ruggles at the dot versus Mattis. Ruggles wins it back. But St. Vincent all over that one, and they break out the other way. Going to send it in deep. Nitre going to chip it with his stick and just leave one for Timmons. Timmons going to try to play it up the end boards to Zulant. Shot from the point goes wide of the net there. Now Zanola going to play one over to Timmons. He's going to play one up the boards there for Haney. Haney trying to break out of his own zone. Turns that puck over to Mattis. Mattis skating in deep, trying to make a move there. Nice stick check work there by Outley. Outley blocks the shot out in front. Skating hard to that puck, trying to win it back for the Flashes. Haney overskates the puck here, and St. Vincent will recollect. Mattis skating in deep. Backhanded try there, up and over the net of Nitrate, up and out of play. Ozone draw coming up for the Bearcats.
The Cats just really want it more right now. They've been working really hard in this zone. That backhand shot was a little creative, shooting it up into the netting. And it's slowly becoming harder and harder to win. And I'm not liking the odds for the Flashes here today.
Flashes with an uphill battle here tonight. Let's see if they've got some magic in them. They had it last weekend. Now here comes Zulant. Was the magic man for the Flashes last Saturday. Going to send it in deep into the offensive zone. Gillespie on the pressure for the Flashes. But St. Vincent reads it like a book. Offside warning there. And that's going to blow this play dead as Zulant had a hack at that puck, and he made connection with it. That's going to blow this play dead. 14:40 left to play in the third.
Hoping for a big rush here going into the zone. Maybe winning it back and shooting it deep, or just winning it straight to Zulant. Wins it back, and we're in the zone.
Flashes now had it in the neutral zone, but lost the handle on it. St. Vincent will just send it in deep around the end boards, deep behind the net of Nitre. Near side board battle here. Upcoming penalty against St. Vincent. Flashes are going to get a power play here soon. They're going to hold this puck behind their own net and try to take advantage with the extra man off. Nitrate to the bench, but to no avail. Strutt loses the handle on that one. But nonetheless, the Flashes are going to get a power play here.
Well, I don't know about you, Alex. On this upcoming power play, I want to see a little bit more decision-making. I want to see them commit to something and not waste as much time with that man advantage. This could be a huge turning point in the game.
I think the best strategy here, and not to sound redundant, but the Flashes just need to unload shots on Amatucci. They've beat him 3 times here tonight, and they just have to pepper him with shots here.
They do. He's been struggling with those rebounds. Like one shot and then a crash, that's all it takes. And then they're one goal away from tying this game back up.
Feels like the Flashes are going to have to get a hard-working effort goal here, one of those greasy goals, just squeak one by him. He's off this face-off, tied up. Godovic going to swing it back to Strutt. Strutt going to play one over to Garnett. Garnett, top of the blue line, walks the blue line. Strutt with the one-time shot there, blocked out in front. Fryer down low, wins it back to Strutt. He's going to play it right back down low to Fryer. Fryer trying to turn away from some pressure from Belly. Now stepping up is Donahue, retrieving this puck for the Flashes. Donahue tries to go back to the top of the blue line for Garnett. A little too far for him, and the Flashes will have to regroup. In the box for St. Vincent, number 11, Motil. He's serving the 2 minutes for the Bearcats. Is Garnett going to skate it in? And just can't keep it at the blue line there as he was pressured. Flashes have to regroup. And now Fryer trying to keep it at the blue line. Nice job by him to keep that puck in. Going to send it along the end boards. Looking for Donahue to retrieve it, but going to be picked up by Godovic. Godovic going to send it right back to where he came from, down low behind the net of Amatucci for Donahue. Donahue going to pick this puck up, and with some space now to work, going to set this one up for the Flashes. Going to play it down low to Fryer. Fryer skating up towards the left dot, near side boards. Fryer turns away from some pressure, going to go the other direction. 45 seconds left to play on the power play. Fryer going to leave one for Godovic. Godovic looking for an option, going to skate it on left dot for Zulant. Zulant backhands one to the top of the point for Garnett. He's going to play it right back down low to Zulant. Zulant turning away from some pressure here. Zulant gets it in left dot with some space to work. Loses the handle on that puck. And the easy clear there for St. Vincent. And Caleb, not a lot of shots there. And as you said, not a lot of decisiveness. But the Flashes still have 20 seconds left on this power play. Time for one more rush up the ice. Got to see if they can make something happen here. They're going to go cross ice. And Gillespie's going to collect. Left dot, going to skate it in down low. Now reverses right back to where he came from. Going to shove one behind the boards to Simpson. Simpson, top of the point for Outley. Goes cross ice for Timmons. Timmons, toe drag move. Quick shot there. Looking for the deflection out front. Puck bouncing around. And they score! Sam Zulant with the power play goal for the Flashes. And that's going to make the score 5-4 with 12:11 left to play. And that was the greasy goal the Flashes needed. Just pure effort there, and Sam Zulant just poked that one in the back of the net.
I just said we need to watch him on the power play. He is an absolute unit out there. Greasy goal is what the Flashes needed, and they are one away from tying this thing up. Any bounce could do it. I think they know what they got to do now, and they're just going to keep on peppering.
And that couldn't have come at a better time for Kent State. That was exactly what they needed at the perfect time. Just absolute perfection there from Kent State. They still got a little bit of work to do, but they are trending in the right direction as this is now just a one-goal game with 12 minutes left to play. And off that draw, St. Vincent bringing the pressure, skating in down low. Nice save there by Nitre, point blank. Flashes sweep it out of harm's way for him. Keeping this one in his trice, going to send it along the end boards. Looking for Rodila to pick this one up. Rodila going to send it in deep once again for Trice. Trice tied up behind the net. Garnett there battling hard for this puck, looking to scoop it out of the crowd. Going to shovel that one up the end boards. Puck racing all the way deep into the St. Vincent zone. No touch through the neutral zone. That's going to go as an icing against the Golden Flashes. St. Vincent going to get an ozone draw coming up.
His icing's not very good. You're not allowed to change. So if St. Vincent is going to have an advantage here with energy, which with the tough breakouts that's been having all game, this is not good. Do not want to be icing the puck in this league.
Zarv wins it back at the dot for the Flashes. St. Vincent promptly on that puck, however. They're going to pick up possession behind the net of Nitre. Going to skate it up far side, top point for Belly. He tries a shot wide of the net there for him. He's going to try to keep it at the blue line, going to just shovel it deep into the corner. Centering pass there, broken up. Nice stick in the lane there by Bazarov. And he's going to have a chance here. Bazarov, one man to beat. He's going to try to skate around Belly. Bazarov loses the handle on that puck. He takes Belly down. And Bazarov still has the puck here, tries a centering pass there. But all of the Bearcats back on the back check. And now Shigo behind his own net, going to play one back to Belly. Bazarov tries to lay a check on him. Belly turned away from it. Now dancing through the neutral zone was Hewitt. He takes a bump to the ice. Now the Bearcats skating in, left dot here. Going to leave it there for Vecchio. Vecchio takes a hit to the ice. Clogging the lane are the Flashes. All the players there, they have no choice but to send it up off the ceiling there. Now it's going to blow this play dead almost at the halfway point of this third period. 10:39 left to play.
You know, I think shooting in the ceiling, interesting decision. St. Vincent getting a change. The Flash is still not allowed to. with the breakouts, I'm still scared for this team. But I've got high hopes. Gavin Fryer here with the face-off, and he wins it.
Nice job by Fryer. Going to win it back to Garnett, who's going to swipe one. Just trying to clear this puck out of the zone. Not enough on it the first time, but the second time, the Flashes will clear. And now behind the net of Nitre, Quentin Garnett going to have possession of this puck, going to play it off the boards for McDermott. McDermott trying to shovel one up to Fryer. St. Vincent sends it right back in down low. That's going to take a hop off the stick of Hewitt, up and out of play, and we will get another whistle. 10:18 left to play, but good news for Kent State. They are able to get a line change here.
Big line change. Potentially good rush here. We've got goal scorer on this line, Jackson Gillespie, and another one, Sam Zulant. A lot of goals coming from these people. I can see some good things happening here.
Left dot in the Kent State zone now. Gillespie gets kicked out again. Simpson will have to do it for the Flashes, and he wins that one. Nice job by him stepping up. Now this puck far side boards. Neither team can control it. Beddick just going to send it in deep for the Bearcats. Now picked up by the Flashes. Outley with some space. Going to turn and reverse one back to Timmons, who has plenty of space here. Timmons, far side corner, going to try to play it out of his own zone. Now the Flash is clear, and the puck on the stick of Sam Zulant, skating in right side. Good stick work there by Beddick, shutting him down. Nice job there. Timmons keeping it at the blue line. Flashes going to touch this puck up for a whistle there, and that's going to blow this play dead. Looks like the Flashes are going to go down a man here.
Goofy little play there. Timmons hand pass. Neither team wanted to touch the puck, but the Flashes had to if they wanted the game to continue, because St. Vincent could have sat there for an eternity and won the game on time.
A little bit of a standstill there. Now Gillespie tied up off the draw, but St. Vincent skating out with some speed. Trieger picked that puck up. Timmons intercepts him, going to play it back to Outley in his own zone. Flash is breaking out cleanly here. Gillespie trying to hit the red line, takes a bump into the PA box, loses possession on that one. Now Horton going to try to send it in deep for the Bearcats. That broken up nicely by Outley. Outley going to hop over the boards here. Strutt going to hop over the boards onto the ice for him. St. Vincent in their own zone, connecting on a pass here, trying to get into the offensive zone, but can't connect cleanly. Neither team can get clean possession now. Both teams just trading shots through the neutral zone. Nice hit there on the far side. Carter Zanola laying a nice hit there. Now this puck finds its way behind the net of Nitre. Clearing pass, intercepted by St. Vincent. Quick shot, nice save by Nitre. That's going to go up and out of play. Nice save by Nitre. Another dangerous turnover there for the Flashes, but Nitre coming up clutch.
Like you said, D-zone still collapsing, and a lot of risky chances. Nitrate playing an amazing game for what he's had to go through. And Chip Ruggles here with the face-off, and he wins it.
Nice job, CVS with the puck here. Going to play it up to Zanola. Zanola up the left wing, going to connect on a pass cleanly. Here comes Haney. He tries a shot. Amatucci just going to absorb that puck. And now the Flashes will get an ozone draw. Another sneakily good play there by Zanola to just force that ozone draw. Excuse me, that was Haney with the shot to force that ozone draw.
I like a good ozone face-off. We got Chip Ruggles here. I think good things could happen with this line.
Tied up off the draw. Both teams prying for possession, but St. Vincent will win it this time. They're just going to hit the red line and send it in deep. Van Sickle back to play this puck. He goes behind his back to Zanola. Zanola going to chip on ahead to Strutt. And Strutt now going to play one up to Ruggles. Ruggles racing up the left wing here. Ruggles going to take it in behind the net of Amatucci. Ruggles pestered by two St. Vincent defenders, loses his stick there. And the Bearcats will clear the zone. And they're just going to send it the length of the ice for an icing. No touch through the neutral zone. And the Flashes will get another offensive zone draw coming up. Some key chances coming up for the Flashes as the clock winds down. Just 8 minutes and 11 seconds left to play in the third.
Big opportunity here. Obviously, St. Vincent with that icing is going to be a little bit more tired, so the Flash got to really, really work here in order to be able to capitalize on this opportunity. Fresh legs. They need a goal bad.
St. Vincent wins that draw. They're going to send it near side boards. Garnett can't keep it in at the blue line, but no choice but to send it back in deep. Flashes will have to clear for the offsides warning. Bearcats going to chip it in. Now go to work. Motil deep in the Kent State zone, pressured by Hewitt. Nice job by Hewitt to pick up possession of that puck. Godovich going to go cross ice to the left wing for Geyer. Geyer going to go back to the right side here for Bazarov. Bazarov racing in deep, far side corner now behind the net of Amatucci. Geyer trying to win this puck for the Flashes against two Bearcats defenders. Now supported by Bazarov. He tried a centering pass, broken up there by Amatucci. Flashes keeping it in, shot from the point there. Deflected out in front, no threat to Amatucci at all. And now the Bearcats with plenty of time as there's a stick, rogue stick on the ice here in the Bearcats zone, but the Bearcats break out. Outley going to have to retrieve this puck deep in his own zone, turning away from some pressure. Good move by him. Going to try to chip it up along the boards, kept in by the Bearcats. Coming up on 7 minutes left to play in the third. McDermott will pick it up near side boards of his own zone. He makes a nice move, and now McDermott going to skate to the empty space here. Line change coming behind him for the Flashes. He tries a shot, kicked away there by Amatucci. Flashes trying to give him some support, but skate now is Vecchio. 2-on-2 chance here for me for the Bearcats. He's going to leave a pass there. Puck bouncing around high in the sky there, but not off the ceiling. Fryer trying to pick it up. McDermott there as well. Donahue back on the back check to pry this puck loose. Timmons gets taken down. No call there. Kent State looked like they wanted one. Now Timmons, the near side corner, going to play it to his line mate Outley. Outley trying to get this puck out, but he loses the handle on that one. St. Vincent going to let a shot go. Nice save by Nitre. Shigo snapped that shot. Nitre was ready for it. That puck will roll out. Bearcats no choice but to clear. 6:15 left to play in the third. Flashes going to need one here soon. And they connect on that home run pass. Zulant played a pass over. Donahue's quick shot. Rebound bouncing around the blue paint. Amatucci finds it, and he will cover that one up. 6:08 left to play in the third. Time winding down for the Flashes.
Flash had to work really hard to get it out there. When they did, they got a good rush opportunity. Zulant almost with a rebound goal. And another thing mentioned earlier was that broken stick, which is going to bring us to 3 for the game, which
nice job,
that's
Caleb.
An expensive thing to happen.
Caleb sharp on the stick counter here tonight. Nice job by Caleb in the booth. It's now right dot in the St. Vincent zone. Gillespie at the dot versus Horton. Tied up momentarily, forced back in favor of St. Vincent, but quickly picked up here by Zulant. He's going to try a pass there for Simpson. Just hops over his stick. Van Sickle going to send it in deep. Flashes have to exit the zone, however. Amatucci with some time to work here. Gillespie tried to keep it in, but to no avail is now St. Vincent off to the races. Trieger going to try a shot. Nice save by Nitre. Puck now behind it. Huge hit behind the net of Nitre, and that's going to be a penalty against St. Vincent. So the Flashes are going to get a late power play in this one. As soon as St. Vincent gets the touch there's the touch for Trieger. There's a big hit after the play. Strutt took exception to that penalty. He got taken down behind the net. Now he took Trieger down in the far corner. This one getting a little chippy here. 5.5 minutes left to play in the third.
We got a big power play here for the Flash. They got their last one just at the very end of that last power play. And this could be the opportunity to tie this game up.
And it looks like they pulled Strutt to the box. And unfortunately for Strutt, a little bit of frustration there, but that's going to negate the power play, I believe, for the Flashes.
That's going to cost them a lot. I think that's going to bring it to 4-on-4, which takes away what would have been a golden opportunity to try to bring this game back. Now they're just going to have to work that much harder with this time slowly running down.
That's just a tough one to take for Strutt because they already had the power play, and that one just a little bit out of frustration for him, and rightfully so, got taken down hard, but at this stage of the game just can't afford that.
You cannot afford that at all.
Let's see, the
Flashes.
Flashes?
Five players on the ice for the Flashes.
And
so
only 4 Bearcats.
No, we have the 5th getting off right now. It's going to be 4-on-4 with Gavin Fryer taking this face off in center ice, it looks like. I believe so. I believe the ref showed 4-on-4.
Flash is going to skate out some speed here. Fryer on the ice, Garnett on the ice, Donahue and Hewitt will be their starting 4-on-4 line, and the ref's going to pull this face off into the St. Vincent zone. So
we have a 5-minute penalty for St. Vincent.
Oh, here we go. 5-minute major for the Bearcats. The Flashes, after 2 minutes, will get a 3-minute power play. That 5-minute penalty essentially going to cost the Bearcats down a player the rest of this period. This is huge.
Come back. This is a great opportunity with that 3-minute power play. It's even more time. Zulant hopefully can shine again.
And just a
that whole power play
golden opportunity for the Golden Flashes. Now off the draw. One back to the Flashes. Donahue going to leave one for Fryer. Just couldn't connect on that pass as Motio going to skate it up the left side here, going to try to get it in deep. St. Vincent going to try to take advantage of this 4-on-4 time before they're forced to the penalty kill. But picking this puck up in his own zone, Quentin Garnett with some time and space to work, racing up the left wing, going to take it himself. Left dot here, tries a backhand shot off the side of the cage. St. Vincent will retain possession. Motil with some time to work. Going to go cross ice, looking to connect to Radilla. Radilla can't control that one cleanly, so Fryer will pick it up. Just going to chip one up ahead to Hewitt. Hewitt battling hard for this puck. Donahue down low now. Donahue going to send it to Fryer. Fryer skating away for some pressure, far side boards. Fryer going to get to the center of the ice. Has that one stick checked away there by Constantino and out of the zone, but the Flashes will still retain possession. 1 minute and 5 seconds left before the Flashes will get a power play for 3 minutes and effectively the rest of this game. Amatucci lacing up the left side of the ice for the Bearcats. Amatucci bringing the pressure. Nice save. Nitre slamming the door on him. Point blank shot there, and Nitre was ready for it. Puck tied up in the corner of the Kent State zone, near side. Both teams chucking sticks, looking for this puck to move. And the Flashes will get possession. Two players going at it behind the play now. No call from the rest. Players going at it behind the play. This one's getting chippy. And now Flashes racing to the offensive zone, and now they finally blow the whistle now. And let's see what comes of this. This game has flipped on its head here, Caleb. Both teams going physical.
Ref is yelling at the St. Vincent bench. No penalty with, they're taking both Outley and
Amatucci going to go for the Bearcats, Outley for the Flashes. Those two going at it for a while behind the play.
This is really bad for the Flashes because this is going to bring their power play time down by about 30-ish seconds, which is not what you want to have happen.
Absolutely.
This late in the game down a goal.
Just a little bit of frustration here from the Flashes, it seems like, cannot get in their own way. Like I said, essentially St. Vincent gifting you a free power play to end this game, and the Flashes just cutting that time down. A little bit self-inflicted here.
They're getting in their own heads. They're letting emotions get the best of them. They need to go out there and play clean, simple hockey, and they just can't do that right now.
Look at that box there for St. Vincent piling up. There might not even be enough room in there for all the players in the box for the Bearcats. Just a plethora of players in there. Amatucci still pleading his case to get out of the box, but the ref keeping him stuck in there.
It does look like there's 3 St. Vincent guys and only 2 Kent State.
Yes.
So this could be a potential 4-on-3. Still seeing. They might put him to the bench.
Yeah, it looks like a 4-on-3, Caleb. You are on the money here. Flashes with a huge opportunity with 4:07 left to play in the third. They need another one to tie this game. Crunch time now for Kent State.
Here we go.
Tied up off the draw, squeaked out possession to St. Vincent, and they will just send it the length of the ice. They're going to do everything they can to kill the seconds off this clock. Nitre out behind his own net, just going to leave this for Godovich. Godovich going to leave one for Simpson. Simpson going to play it up now, connect with Hewitt. Going to turn back, leave one for Timmons. Timmons going to play one down low, looking for Fryer. He's going to go right back to Timmons. Timmons snaps one over to Godovich. A little too hot for him to handle. He'll have to regroup. Godovich left dot, going to play one Timmons. Center ice, fakes the shot there, down low to Fryer. Fryer skates back right dot. Now the Flashes with a 5-on-3 is Strutt out of the box here. Flashes the real opportunity. Godovich left dot, unloads. Saved there by Amatucci. Amatucci sticks it away from Donahue. Donahue gets enough on it to play it back to Godovich. Left dot. Godovich plays it back up top to Strutt. He's going to play it over to Timmons. Timmons back to Strutt. One-time shot there, laser beam, blocked out in front. Strutt there trying to send it in deep, but St. Vincent will be able to clear. 3:05 left to play in the third. The Flashes with the good offensive shift there, but they got to keep working. They need another goal. Timmons now going to pump the brakes on this one, going to slow it down, allow his team to get reset and get into position. Gillespie going to walk in left side of the offensive zone. Going to leave one down there for Garnett. Garnett keeps it at the blue line. Going to try to send it into some empty space, but nice work there by Mattis, forcing that puck out. Flashes will try to walk in there, but an offsides warning. Not everybody was over the blue line. That's going to blow this play dead with 2:38 left to play.
32 seconds left on the 3-on-5. You're going to want to watch out for that sneaky St. Vincent guy. He might try and sneak behind and attempt to get a breakaway. That's something they got to watch for.
Looks like Kent State going to use their timeout, yes. And I like this call from Coach. I think that the timeout here for Kent State is crucial. Like you said, 32 seconds of the 5-on-3. They have to take advantage.
They do. And I think they might pull the goalie and get a 6-on-4 at some point. That could be a good. I don't think they'll pull it before the other guy comes out, though.
Flashes, crucial for them to hold possession if they want to pull Nitre. But as you said, unless they get something here in this next 32 seconds, they're going to be forced to pull the goalie. This one coming down to the wire tonight. You can feel the tension in the building.
The draw is outside of the zone, so I don't know if that's going to affect how they play this, but that could really help St. Vincent out if they win it. Instant icing. Bad things could happen for the Flashes.
And Caleb, what do you think the play is here? You have experience being on that bench in that locker room. What's the play if you're the Flashes here?
For the Flashes here, I would want to win it back to my defenseman, have him shoot it right away, and you want to beat those guys in. You need to outwork them, gain control, and then you're in there with a possession and for a little bit of time, that 5-on-3. Get as many shots as possible. Number 6 no longer here, best shot on the team.
Let's see what happens. Off that face-off, St. Vincent able to send it deep into the Kent State zone now. Timmons will collect behind the net of Nitre. Timmons surveying for an option, going to play one to Geyer. Geyer racing up left side, going to pump the brakes and leave one for Gillespie. Gillespie left dot, centering pass for Zulon. Quick shot there, blocked out in front by Belly. Nice work by him. Timmons racing over to keeping it at the blue line, and he does. Nitre letting them know the 5-on-3 about to expire. We will go to 5-on-4. Geyer, left dot, tries a centering pass down low. Amatucci thinks he has it, and that's going to blow this play dead. And now a crowd in the blue paint at Amatucci. Mattis took exception to Gillespie being down there. But nonetheless, St. Vincent kills off the first battle. Flash is still in the power play, but now just down to a 5-on-4. And you have to think Nitre is going to be looking over that bench often.
And I think this penalty ending right after the whistle is a good thing because now they know exactly where that player is going to be, and it's more predictable for the Flashes here.
Fryer wins it at the dot, plays it back to Strutt. Strutt, top of the blue line for Garnett, going to feed one down low for Fryer. He skates in left dot. Shot there, blocked down front by Amatucci. Fryer on the pressure, but St. Vincent clears. Under 2 minutes left to play here in the third. This game coming down to it. Minute 45 left to play. Now on the stick of Garnett. Garnett going to play one up to Strutt. Strutt just going to send it in deep, looking for the Flashes to go to work. Amatucci trying to clear. Nice job by Garnett keeping this puck in. Garnett trying to turn away from some pressure.
Gone.
And Nitre's off, but an offside warning there. Garnett was just outside the blue line, and the refs blow the whistle dead. And as you said, Caleb, Nitre to the bench. But now this face-off going to be in the neutral zone, and Nitre's going to skate back to his blue paint. Can't afford anything to happen with this puck being in the neutral zone. But you have to think, Caleb, as soon as the Flashes get possession, Nitre off to the bench.
He will be gone right away. And then it's really scary for that last 30 seconds when that guy is back.
And now Timmons with possession, going to play one up to Zulon. Zulon trying to carry this puck in. Zulon still with possession, going to turn, let one go. Shot blocked down front by Shigo. Flash is keeping it at the blue line. Nice job by Timmons. Timmons battling hard, but Shigo pushes out of the zone. Nitre still looking at the bench, and he's off. And now Outley in the offensive zone. Flashes 6-on-4. Outley tries a centering pass there. St. Vincent not enough on that one to clear. Gillespie turning away from some pressure. He's got a lane. Gillespie's shot blocked down front. Outley picks it up. Centering pass there. Simpson's shot wide of the net. St. Vincent around the end boards, and it's going to send the length of the ice. Flashes racing back quickly to pick this puck up. 45 seconds left to play in the game. 10 seconds left on the power play. Flash is going to have to work quickly here. Geyer going to try to play a pass down low. That's broken up, but he retrieves it. Simpson now picks it up. Centering pass there for Zulon. Quick shot. Blocked out in front. Zulon trying to pick this puck up. And St. Vincent sends it the length of the ice off the side of the cage. Flashes have to get back quickly. Timmons, nice job by him breaking that centering pass up. So the Flashes will have possession. 6-on-5 now. Crunch time here for Kent State. St. Vincent picks it up, sends it the length of the ice, but that will be an icing. And with 17.2 left to play, ozone draw coming up for Kent State. This one is intense, Caleb.
This game is coming down to the wire. Outley looks like he is instigating even more after just getting out of the box. And they're pulling him off. You can't be instigating this late. You don't want to risk anything, even when you're down. That was not a good move.
And it looks like now St. Vincent going to take their time out here. Want to discuss some defensive strategy. 6-on-5 for the Flashes, just 17.2 to play. Flashes looking for a miracle here.
See, if I was them, I'd want to win it back and slap shot, net crash. You're going to want to hope for a nice, dirty goal here. That's all you can really hope for.
And as we've seen all night, it's not going to come easy. Flashes have had to earn every single one they've got on the board tonight. They're going to have to do it one last time if they want to push this game into overtime.
Overtime here would be quite insane. St. Vincent is 14th in the nation with the Flashes sitting around the 60s. So this is a huge separation in the standings. St. Vincent sitting first in our division. Flash is looking to change that, but time is running low.
Now the Bearcats seem like they're ready. Flashes getting the last few seconds out of this timeout and using it to their advantage. Flashes got to give it 150%, 200%, as much as they've got.
Every percent you can think of has to be out there on the ice right now. And it looks like they're setting that starting line plus Zulant.
I like that from the Flashes. A lot of good shooters here on this line on the ice now. Rowdy crowd in the offensive zone for the Flashes behind the net of Amatucci. And the game comes down to this moment. 17.2 left to play, left dot. Puck tied up off the draw. One back to St. Vincent, blocked down front. Fryer picks it up, can't control it cleanly. And now St. Vincent off to the races the other way. And they will shoot it for the empty net, just wide of the net there. Picked up by Shigo, but 5 seconds left to play. And the clock is going to expire. And that's going to be the nail in the coffin here in this one. And St. Vincent survives with the final score 5-4 in favor of the Bearcats. Flashes oh so close, but just fall short tonight.
It's quite an unfortunate loss, and it will be in the league standing. St. Vincent will remain at the top of the division.
And for the Flashes, really a tough loss to swallow because it seemed like they play a really good game. The biggest glaring hole was just those breakouts, and that seemed to cost them here at the end. But regardless, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight. Kent State with the loss. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and to everybody who came out. My name is Alex Rivera, and I've been joined. Special guest, Caleb Tansel. Thank you for joining me in the booth, sir.
Thank you for having me. I'm grateful to be here.
Absolutely, sir. And we will be back next week with a big one on Saturday. Rivalry week coming up February 7th with Akron coming to the Kent State Ice Arena. And we